King Cyrus's fatherhood. At noon, Robert high, like only he could. The fables are bizarre but good. It's Smith Thunderstood.
Stood. Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah, you were punctuated by a dog bark at the end by the pod dog.
Mm-hmm. We planned that. Hi.
Hey.
What?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, God, it's good. Who are you? And what are we doing here?
It's me, Paul Bianchi, and it's her, Sarah Oliver. And today it's another episode of Myth Understood.
That's true.
Yeah. It occurs to me that by the release of this episode, that my audiobook will be available on Audible.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Which audiobook?
Well, it's so I wrote a novella based off of one of my screenplays. It's called Shade. It's a paranormal horror thriller with a little bit of absurdist comedy in it, because why not?
That sounds like you.
Yeah. And
you sound like a scary, absurd thing.
Yeah. And I had Veronica Wiley record the chapters of it for me. And if you are a fan of Dungeons and Dragon Wagon, Veronica Wiley did some voices on Dungeons and Dragon Wagon, and she voices my main character / narrator, Kit. And she does a great job. So if you want to check that out on Audible, it is called Shade. It is by me. And do it.
I think I might do that.
Okay.
Hey, so what's this thing that makes you be able to check in with yourself and be like, oh, that's my mood today? A situation that you're in and you're not even realizing like, oh, my brain's at this place. But because of the way I interacted in this situation, I now know where my mood is. Okay.
Oh, I don't know. That's like a very, I feel like you know. And so I want to hear what yours is.
Yeah, so I know where my mood, my temperament is at when I'm behind a wheel of a car, right?
Oh.
Depending on the things that come out of my mouth.
Okay.
When people inevitably try to murder me on the road. It's also like a really good check-in for my PMS. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm behind the road and I'm just like, why? And someone just like didn't put a blinker on. And I go, oh, okay. I know that I'm my period starts in 2 days. But today, for instance, someone cut me off and I just went, come on, sandwich boy. So I know
that you're okay.
I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay. Why sandwich boy? Did they have a sandwich in their hand?
No.
Okay.
And that's just, come on, sandwich boy.
Well, that's absurd.
And it just flew out of my mouth, and it was not anything I planned. It's something that my brain said, "You're not that mad."
I think for me, it's just interacting with the first person of the day, because I have some days where if my roommate is completely holed up in his room, which is often, and I'm in my room doing work or whatever, I don't have to interact with anyone. And so I might have an entire day just by myself where I'm completely kind of unaware of my temperament for that day.
So you're just like living in a cloud.
Yeah.
You're disassociative.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, same for me.
But only when I have to interact with that person, like that first thing of the day.
The way you feel based on anything they say.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's like, it doesn't really matter what comes out of their mouth. You can gauge your feelings based on your reaction.
Yeah. Or, especially if they're trying to be silly with me. And if I'm like,
you're like, not
silly
today,
back,
Susan.
Or not today, sandwich boy. Then that wouldn't be a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Just like when you try to force yourself to like a big social event and you're not in the fucking mood, and especially like in the comedy world, the bits are flying, and that's just when I go, I'm calling Lyft home immediately if I'm not in the mood. Otherwise, it's like pew pew pew. Like I can be here all week, guys. But
also this, for some reason, the segue reminds me of So the other day, Sarah and I did this job where we were spooky people.
Actors.
We were spooky people in a spooky maze.
Yeah.
And we had we worked with 2 people that we had never met before.
Oh, and they were so great.
And they were great. But we spent 8 hours with them, and not a lot of people went through this maze.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a lot of time to like get to know these 2 other great people.
Mm-hmm.
And I found like I do this thing where I hang out with people for the first time, and then my anxiety.
You go hide in a dark corner.
No, my anxiety afterwards makes me rethink all of the things that I said to them, and I think, oh, was that too soon?
It probably was
to say that, because I do think.
I think you do. You do. I've seen you with new people, and you test the waters a little bit. Like,
oh, it's
can
not, I don't think it's
Should
intentional though.
Oh.
Like, I think I talked about edging.
Yeah, no, you test the waters. What do you think?
It wasn't intentional. Like, not in great detail. It just came up. I was like, oh, I'm talking about that now.
You know, people often accuse me of being shy when they first meet me, and I'm like, I'm observing. I think I'm just observing for the first, like, at least like in a new classroom setting or something.
Well, it's because you wear that sleuth hat and you hold a magnifying glass up to people's faces.
That's shy?
Yeah.
Feels really invasive.
But you say nothing.
Oh, okay.
And when they address you, go tee and back away.
Yeah, they do call me an 18th century ghost often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well then that's the segue for going back in time
and
talking about today's myth. And we are going back in time.
Is it an old one?
Oh, it's super old.
Wow, good segue.
We're in ancient Egypt. It is 2600 BC. And
before Christmas.
Before Christmas. This is and actually, as you say that, there is a part of the Bible that this Egyptian myth is in the eyes of some people the like inciting idea of
we love a good crossover episode.
Of something that happened in the Bible, and I will allow you to call it out when you have figured out which Bible story this relates to. And it's a famous one, so it's not like you're going to be like, oh, this is about Elijah reaching the Baal worshippers. No, this is going to be like something.
Baal worshiper?
Baal.
Okay.
You know,
I didn't get to that chapter. Sounds like Leviticus.
I think it's I think that's in Kings with
the Baal?
Baal, the demon. Demon god.
Makes you poop.
So this story is called the Golden Lotus.
Ooh, let's get it sharded.
And it begins with Sneferu, who was the father of the Pharaoh Khufu, who built the Great Pyramid of Giza. So this is Sneferu. He reigned long over a contented and peaceful Egypt.
Nice. Love that.
His reign was, like I said, around 2600 BC. He reigned for 30 to 48 years, depending on the text. And his
big gap.
And that name, if you're wondering, Sneferu, his name means he has perfected me.
So he has the king has perfected all of us, or the king is perfect?
The king is perfect.
Oh, yeah.
And Horus, of course,
perfected me.
Is the he in question. He has perfected him.
To be fair, like, he didn't name himself, right? Or do you get to pick your pharaoh name?
I think you get to, it's like when you become a grandparent, you get to pick what the grandkids call you.
Oh, Peepaw has perfected himself.
Peepaw perfected himself. Yeah. He also had no foreign wars and very few troubles at home, and with so little businesses of state, he found himself with a lot of time on his hands.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, what do you do then? Like, are you just throwing, farmers markets up every weekend, or like organizing, little fairs?
I mean, when I first read this myth and I heard that, I was like, oh, he's gonna kill people, because like nothing's scarier than a rich, all-powerful person who believes themselves a god with a lot of time on their hands.
So if you are a king, you see yourself murdering people, not setting up little flea markets like I do.
What do you mean, like you do?
Like, when I'm a king, I'm going to set up just like little, little events for everybody.
No, you didn't use future tense right then. You said, like I do.
Like
so
I do.
You are already...
Yes.
Okay.
I'm already king.
All right.
You know this.
No, I will murder people. So one day, as he was wandering wearily through his palace at Memphis,
Why are you weary? Everything's nice.
seeking for pleasures and finding none that would lighten his heart.
Go antiquing.
He had no friends or hobbies.
Wait, no friends?
Yeah, he's just one of
Doesn't
those.
sound so perfect.
He's just one of those really boring rich people. Like he would go to his harem and just like yawn as they all like pleasured him.
Wow. Okay, he's not so great.
No,
I was thinking I thought it was cool because he's like peaceful.
he's just bored. He's like, everyone adores me, and I got no wars to fight. I have no like. I'm not even inspired.
So
to,
he's
like,
looking for a war, but everyone's like, "No, we're cool.
We're cool. It's great.
Oh shoot!
Join us at the farmer's market." He's
Yeah.
like, "No, I have enough eggplant."
Oh.
I got enough eggplant, if you know what I mean.
Okay, all right. Save all dick jokes for me. Thank you. What am I even doing here then?
But then all of a sudden, one of these days where he was like wearily walking around, he's like,
Bumped into a war.
he's like, you know what would really make me pleased, or you know who probably has the skill to make me pleased, is my chief magician, Zazamonk.
Ooh, that's a fun name. He's
Yeah.
got to be like in colorful robes,
Yeah, I think so.
and he comes in shimming. Zah, 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 zah.
Yeah, his name is spelled Zazamank
I love him.
because you know the Egyptians love adding an H at the end of things.
And when he comes in, he's like, Zazamonk!
Yeah, so he's like, this guy will entertain me. Bring me Zazamonk.
Shimmy, 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 shimmy,
If
shimmy.
any man is able to entertain me and show me new marvels, surely it is the wise scribe of the rolls.
Wise scribe of the
rolls.
rules. Okay. Yeah.
Bring Zazamonk before me.
Shimmy, 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 shimmy. Ah, Zazamonk!
Yeah, so straight away his servants went to the house of wisdom and brought Zazamonk to the presence of the Pharaoh.
Confetti gun, confetti gun.
And Senefer said to him, "Oh, Zazamonk, thank you for coming in your most colorful feather festooned periwinkle robe. I have sought throughout all of my palace for some delight and found none. Now your wisdom can devise something that will fill my heart with great pleasure." And Zazamonk,
Let's do poppers.
Zazamonk, no, we did that already, and I found no pleasure. It made my heart beat rapidly for a moment, and then it went away.
Okay.
And he said, of course, "Oh, Pharaoh." What do they say?
Oh, you're smart and pretty and special.
I mean, they should, but no, they say, "Life, health, and strength be to you."
That's what I said.
He said, "My counsel is that you go sailing upon the Nile and upon the lake below Memphis. But this will be no common voyage if you follow my advice in all things." So Senefer is like, well, so far this sounds boring.
So he's just like putting him on a party boat.
Mm-hmm. He says, "Believing that you'll show me marvels, though, however, I will order out the royal boat. The one royal boat.
Yeah.
The rest of them are commoners." And he says, "Yet I am weary of sailing upon the Nile and upon the lake." And Zazamonk assures him, "This will be no common voyage."
Nile Force 1.
for you know, like, and I think he's just like coming up with this on the spot. He sees maidens walking by, and he's like, "For
Sex cruise.
your rowers will be different from any you've seen at the oars before. They will be these fair maidens from the royal house of king's women."
We don't have a lot of upper body strength.
Oh, just you wait. "And as you watch them rowing and see birds upon the lake and sweet fields and the green grass upon the banks, your heart will grow much glad."
Because he's watching women put in a lot of hard work.
Uh-huh.
They already have to do a lot of hard work. They're in his harem.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, jeez.
But that's what Zazamonk's coming up with.
When's a gal get a break?
And Senefer goes, "Indeed, this is something new. Therefore, I will give you charge of this expedition. But I want it to be fucking awesome.
The boats just says topless maids on the sides, those vans.
Speak with my power and command all that is necessary." So then, Zazamankh goes to the officers and the attendants of the Pharaoh, and he says, "Bring me 20 oars of ebony."
And 10 horse.
Inlaid with gold, with blades of light wood, inlaid with electrum.
Wait, so now they're not even real oars. They're like ornate oars that these girls are going to snap in half.
Oh yeah, they're really fancy. So like the handles are ebony, the blades are light colored wood.
Wait, ebony, like, is it going to be really heavy? It's even heavier than a regular oar?
I mean, ebony's still wood.
Okay.
He didn't say like bring me oars of onyx.
I don't know. I was feeling like they were like marble. Yeah.
Yeah. But the blades are inlaid with electrum, so there is that bright blue stone just like in the blade that's dipping into the water. So very pretty, fancy oars.
All right.
And he says, "Choose for the rowers the 20 fairest maidens in the Pharaoh's household." So 20,
yeah, that's who you want doing the hard labor.
Yeah, he says 20 virgins, slim and lovely.
No, you want the ones with beefy upper arms.
Delicate in their limbs.
No, they need a solid core to do this rowing.
Beautiful with flowing hair.
Well, fucking hair is going to be full of sweat in a minute.
Mm-hmm. And bring me, and he does, and they are basically naked because he dresses them in nets of golden thread.
Oh yeah, it's going to be really hot when they're fucking hunched over.
And let them wear ornaments of gold, electrum, and malachite. So
let them. Force them.
So they all have like, they're all dressed the same. They all have like hairpins and bracelets and earrings and just like bangles, things that are going to be in the way while they're sweating and rowing.
Yeah, that's going to be terrible. All their makeup's going to be gone 1 minute in.
They're just going to look like a bunch of melting candles.
Yeah, just like me.
All was done according to the words of Zazamankh, and presently Pharaoh was seated in the royal boat, while the maidens rowed him up and down the stream and upon the shining waters of the lake. And the heart of Snefru was glad at the sight, and I love this detail, of the beautiful rowers at their unaccustomed task. So he's delighted because they all look beautiful, but he's also delighted because they are not in sync. They have never rowed before. The boat is spinning down the river. And he seemed to be on a voyage in the golden days that were to be when Osiris returns to rule the earth. Like he's like, this is exactly what Osiris will do. And Osiris is like in the duat, like, don't invoke me. I'm
not a part of this. This is weird.
To keep time, they sang a song that is not specified. So Sarah, let's hear it.
Out of my way, sandwich boy. Here we come with the Pharaoh. Ouch, my arm hurts. Can't do this very long. And my nipples are chafing from this net thing.
Very good. Yeah, that's exactly what they sang. But then something happened to disrupt this beautiful song. In the raised stern of the royal boat, two of the maidens who were rowing with these great oars fastened to
their arms
posts,
snapped off.
Suddenly, one of the oars just like smacked into the back of the head of one of the girl who was using it, and like knocked the Golden Lotus hairpin she wore, and it fell into the water and out of sight.
Was it then a domino effect? Like that girl sat forward and hit the girl in the back of the head all the way up.
Ow, 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 ow! Yeah. This girl doesn't have a name, nor should she.
No.
What is her name, though? Because she's got lines.
Oh, Brittany, like N-E-Y.
Brittany, N-E-Y? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Like Free Britney.
So with a little cry, Brittany leans over the side of the boat and gazes after her fallen hairpin. And she ceased her song, so she wasn't singing that beautiful song anymore.
Stop, sandwich boy. No!
No! Start, sandwich boy. So did all the rowers on that side who were taking the time of the song from her.
Oh no, there's a good reason to let go of the oar. Oh, thank fucking God.
So now the entire boat definitely is spinning sideways because only one side of the boat is rowing. And the Pharaoh is like, what? Brittany, what has ceased you to row? And all the girls like in unison are like, oh well,
her shit,
Brittany,
her shit,
her shit happened. She got clunked in the head, and she can't sing the song that is so beautiful anymore, and she can't lead us any longer.
Boy.
Yeah. Why have you ceased to steer and lead the rowers with your song? Asked Nefru, and she said, "Forgive me, Pharaoh. Life, health, and strength be to you." And she's sobbing. But the oar struck my head and brushed from my hair the golden lotus set with malachite, which your majesty gave to me, and it has fallen into the water and is lost forever. And he says, Brittany, I'm going to level with you. That shit was cheap. I'll give you another. Just go back to rowing on with before. It's okay. Like, it's okay that you don't all match anymore. Like, your hair is down, the rest of the girl's hair is up. And then the girl says, and I think this is pretty ballsy. She says, "No,
Ooh,
I want my golden lotus back, and none other."
I don't care if you got it from Claire's.
Yeah. So then the Pharaoh says, "Okay, fine, Brittany. I guess you have power in this relationship here. But there's only one who can find the golden lotus that
How do you know?
sunk to the bottom of the lake.
How do you fucking know? It just happened.
Brittany, shut up.
Okay.
I'll let you talk back to me once, but
No,
twice.
I found agency. This is addicting.
He says, "Bring me Zazamonk, my magician, and he who thought of this voyage. Bring him here to the royal boat before me." Can you tell which Bible story this is yet? Because it's, oh gosh, is it so much like a Bible story so far?
Is it?
No, it's
Oh,
not.
God. All right.
No, you'll discover it soon. So Zazamonk was brought on a little boat.
He just surfs over, jet skis over.
He comes by on his jet ski, and he comes over to the Silken Pavilion where on the royal boat. That's where the Pharaoh hangs out.
Half the girls are still oaring, and they're just going in a circle still.
It's really hard for him to get aboard. He's like, if you could stop singing "Out of My Way, Sandwich Boy." And he finally reaches the Pharaoh, and he says, and the Pharaoh says to him, "Zazamonk, my friend and brother, I have done as you advised. My royal heart is refreshed, and my eyes are delighted at the sight of these lovely rowers bending to their task."
I bet it is. There's a girl in the back.
Mm-hmm. Look at all those nipples just like peeking out between the net. It's great.
I need Band-Aids.
As we pass up and down the waters of the lake, they sing to me. And while on the shore I see trees and the flowers and the birds, I seem to be sailing onto the golden days, either of those of the when Ra ruled the earth. Don't bring me into this. And those what will come when the good god Osiris will return from the Duat. Also, don't bring me into this. And now it's all ruined because
My hair clip.
because Brittany's hair clip fell from her hair, and
I can't row with bangs in my eyes.
her fringe is out of control. She's just lost her thing, so she ceased to sing, and then the rowers on her side can't keep up with the oars. Everything's just gone to fucking shit. She is not comforted by the promises of other gifts. She needs that particular golden lotus. She has agency suddenly. Zazamonk, I need you to help me get back this one golden lotus hair clip.
Gift me, baby, one more time.
And I need to see the joy return to her eyes. Otherwise, she might run away. And as we know,
Sometimes I run.
Sometimes
I hide. Sometimes I row for you.
Well, sometimes she should be scared of me, but she's not.
No, not anymore.
And Zazamonk says, "Pharaoh, my lord, life, health, strength be to you. I will do what you ask. For to one with my knowledge, it is not a great thing to bring back this hair clip." He just has like a bunch in a bag. Yet maybe it is an enchantment that you have never seen, and it'll fill you with wonder. even as I promised, to make your heart rejoice yet further in new things. So Zazamankh goes to the stern of the royal boat and begins to chant great spells and words of power.
Why don't someone just swim down there?
Because we need magic. And they don't specify what these words of power are. Sarah?
Powers of the Nile, help us find the clip. If you don't, all these girls will bleed from their nips because they're rowing without even going anywhere. Help us clip back her hair.
Great. Yeah. And he says this as he whirls his wand over the water. And suddenly the lake parted.
Red Sea shit.
Yeah. As if a piece had been cut out of it with a great sword. But it's this, they do it very differently in this. Like the parting of the Red Sea that happens in the Bible, like it's been animated in like the Prince of Egypt.
Yeah.
Like it splits and rises up. You see like
Moses walk out with a hair clip in his hand.
Yeah. They do this like, I feel like I've never played Minecraft, but I feel like this is something you could do in Minecraft.
What? Then don't have an opinion.
I've seen it though. I've watched a video. Well, are you familiar enough with Minecraft to?
No, and that's why I keep my mouth shut about it.
Okay, so basically, like everything in it is made out of blocks. Like it's made to look very blocky.
I have seen it because I babysit a 6-year-old sometimes. So
great. So then you know, the lake here was 20 feet deep, and the piece of the water.
He removed 1 block from the water.
Yeah, the piece of the water that the magician moved rose up and set itself upon the surface of the lake so that there was a cliff of water now on one side 40 feet high. He scooped it out with like a cake knife and just like sat it down.
And Brittany's just standing there with like one of those pool skimming cleaners. Like I could have done this.
I have agency now. Now the royal boat slid gently down into the great cleft in the lake.
What?
Until it rested on the bottom.
What?
So it's just like sitting in the dirt.
How are we getting out of this mess?
And on the side towards the 40-foot cliff of water, there was a great open space where the bottom of the lake lay uncovered, somehow as firm and dry as the land itself. I'm like, nope, it wouldn't work that way.
It's magic, bitch.
I know, but how is it bone dry?
He had a little blow dryer.
And there, just below the stern of the royal boat, lay the Golden Lotus, just like twinkling in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And Brittany doesn't marvel at this magic. She doesn't think, wow, I need a moment to take all this in. She just cries with joy and
glory!
Jumps over the side of the ship and picks it up and just like sticks it right in her hair.
And then spins and spins and spins dancing to Billie Eilish.
Yeah, she's the bad guy. Yeah, and then she climbs swiftly back into the royal boat and takes the steering oar into her hands once more.
A steering oar? Now she's at the helm of the ship.
Oh, yeah. And she's just like ready to go. Just like ready.
And she just starts rowing, and they're all like, we're in dirt.
I have agency. Zazamankh slowly lowers his wand, rather.
Okay.
He's got plenty of eggplant. And the royal boat slides up the side of water until...
Oh, that's normal.
Mm-hmm, and until it's level with the surface once more. Then, with another word of power, Sarah.
Zazaman.
Zazakan?
What's his name?
He says nearly his name, but not his name.
Zazaman.
Zazamankh says Zazaman.
What once was dry will now be wet. Lube it up.
And he lifts the great, like the chunk of the
Lego.
Yeah, the Lego of water, and slides it back into place. And the evening breeze rippled the still surface of the lake as if nothing out of the ordinary had happened, except for all the fish that just died. But in the heart of the Pharaoh, Seneferu, he rejoiced and was filled with wonder, and he cried, Zazamankh, my brother, you are the greatest and wisest of magicians. You have shown me wonders and delights this day, and your reward shall be that you have all you desire, and a place next to my own in Egypt. Which I think it seems like he kind of already had, but whatever. Then the royal boat sailed gently over the lake in the glow of the evening, while the 20 lovely maidens, in their garments of golden net and bleeding nipples and jeweled lotus flowers in their hair, dipped their ebony and lightwood oars into the shimmering waters and sang sweetly a love song of old Egypt, which is specified.
Thank God.
I don't know how the...
Dun-dun-dun.
Oh, you're going to back me up?
Dun-dun-dun.
She stands on the further side. Between us flows the Nile. And in those waters deep and wide there lurks a crocodile. Yet my love is true and sweet. A word of power, a charm. The stream is the land beneath my feet and bears me without harm. For I shall come to where she stands, no more be held apart. And I shall take my darling's hands and draw her to my heart.
Perfect.
And that's the story.
Oh, so they just sing?
Yeah, it's a musical. This is the first musical ever written. And it stars Britney.
It
bitch.
does. It stars Britney, bitch. Like,
Yeah,
you know she transcends space and time.
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
And the Pharaoh was played by Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he also transcends
He does
space and time.
transcend space and time.
Yeah.
Who's the magician?
Idris Elba.
That's a great casting, actually.
Yeah.
Because I could see him with confetti guns for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh, and the one who hits Britney in the back of the head with the
Margot
oar.
Robbie.
I was gonna say Aubrey Plaza, but
Oh.
just because she's
she's the
sorry.
18 other ones.
The rest of them are all Aubrey Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza, yeah. Oh man.
We'll bring you 20 maidens from the plaza of Aubrey's. Yeah.
So, okay. As far as fucking shit up during a peaceful time, he didn't get too crazy. I mean, really, he just went on an errand.
Yeah.
You know, that's not bad. He's not such a bad guy.
I think it's a feel good story.
Yeah. He used his boredom semi decently. Is it nice to tell these women that they just have to row for a whole day when they don't have prior experience or the muscle memory for it? It's not nice.
No.
But it's not slaughtering a bunch of people.
I wonder if there was maybe like a training montage that was missed because he said, like, Zazamonk, I leave all of this to you.
Mhm.
So like maybe he did train the women.
Okay, so there's like a weightlifting montage that we didn't see.
And so they all have like jacked arms.
If that's the case, and if they're like, hell yeah, getting in my macronutrients today and downing my protein shake, and now here I go.
Mm-hmm.
I've been training for this for a year.
Yeah.
That's different.
It's so much better than the boring sex we usually have to have.
I know, because that's the real problem I have when you look at like the ladies, lying on like the Egyptian beds and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
they're lounging and they're like slowly eating grapes. They just don't look super cardio driven,
Mm-hmm.
So to go from that to instantly rowing for, I want to say like 12 hours.
Oh, and I forgot though that these women they specified that they were virgins, so they don't usually have boring sex. They have boring just butt stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why virginity would play into the ability to row at all, but it doesn't. But great detail, I guess.
Yeah.
And way to go for Brit.
Yeah.
Standing up for herself and getting
knowing what she wants.
Knowing what she wants.
She wants that hair clip.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind of like no, it's my time. You told me to row. I'm telling you to literally move the sea for me.
You know what I think I would have liked better if she was like, yes, I will take your new hair clip, but I also want my old hair clip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I got a thick head of hair. I got all these extensions.
I sustained an injury on the job. I'm due compensation.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes, workman's comp.
Mm-hmm.
That's next week's tale, right? All the paperwork that goes into workman's comp.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, Zazamonk here, and I'm here to offer you something that will change your life. It's my splitting service. Need something retrieved from somewhere? I can do it with just a few words of power, and I can get that thing for you so fucking fast. You'll love it.
Oh no, I dropped my phone down the toilet.
Well, here to split your toilet in half.
Oh no.
Wow, words of power. Zazamonk.
Oh.
Boo. There's your phone.
My toilet's broken.
Here, no, I'll just slide it back into place. Everything's made out of Legos.
Oh, all the water's everywhere.
I did not think this through.
Dun, 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 dun. Ugh, I can't get my ex-boyfriend to move out of the house.
Well, here's what I'll do. I'm going to split your ex-boyfriend in half.
Oh, why?
Hey, what are you doing, man? What? Oh, bleh. Here's his midsection. You can still have that.
I don't want it. I didn't want this to happen.
Do you want me to slide it back into place?
Yes, please.
Everything's made of Legos. Oh, he's still dead.
Oh, God. Toby.
Toby?
Toby, I'm so sorry.
Oh, what a name. Zazamonk splitting stuff.
Everything's a Lego. Everything's a Lego.
Yeah. I like that. Everything's
Okay.
a Lego.
Everything's a Lego. Oh, man, I got to reglue this nail. Fuck.
Oh, do you want me to split that nail in half?
I can do that just fine on my own.
Well, Sarah, thanks for listening to another fabulous Egyptian myth.
I had no choice.
I hope... That's right. I ordered Zazamonk to make you do this. By the way...
why are my nipples out in this net, this golden net?
I want you to bleed.
That's true.
Well, if you enjoyed listening to this episode at home, please just rate and review us on Apple Podcasts if you haven't done so already. Follow our show on social media. You can find us at _mythunderstood. You can find us individually at the Sarah Oliver and the Paul Bianchi. You can also check us out at www.mythunderstoodpodcast.com. You can
join our Discord community. Everybody be chatting there.
You can check out our merchandise. We got fancy shirts and
out of this world mugs.
Out of this world. It's just insane.
You're gonna lose your fucking minds.
Yeah, you're gonna split your coffee out of your face.
Split it?
Split it.
Split it out the woman.
Mm-hmm. Well, on that note.
Night-night.
Night-night.
Night.
Hey everybody, Jake here from Dragon Wagon Radio, and I'm here with Mark E. Extreme and Skeeter Skyflyer.
Did you just have to read that? Okay, I mean,
yeah.
how could you possibly not know who I am? Because my name is Mark Extreme, 15 plus years undefeated backyard wrestling entertainment champion and owner and the host of On Your Mark. So I'm offended that you don't know who I am, and I'm here with the on my shoulder.
As Skeeter Skyflyer. I mean, a lot of people don't know me, but it makes sense that people don't know you too.
Look at everybody. I'm a pretty big deal, okay?
Well, I mean no disrespect, Mr. Extreme, I assure you, but you mentioned you have a podcast on the network called On Your Mark. What exactly is On Your Mark?
On Your Mark is the best wrestling podcast on the airwaves. Every Wednesday, we are deep diving into wrestling topics, like giving you a perspective like you've never heard before, because there's nobody that can give you a perspective like I can.
Well, a lot of people could give the perspective that you give on wrestling, but they're busy being wrestlers and being really successful in the ring and working and being in front of millions of people every week on television and in a crowd.
There's nothing different.
All right, I think I get what's happening. It's comedy. You guys are just doing a bit. Mark, you're like every 90s wrestling kid stuck in the past, and Skeeter, You're like the idiot little brother type who just loves everything, no matter how cheesy it is. I get it. You're playing characters. You guys are like a pro wrestling version of Jiminy Glick or Tony Clifton.
Well, I don't know who the hell those guys are. And, frankly, I'm kind of offended because I take this business very seriously, and there's nothing funny about what we do, right, Skeeter?
That's right. So tune in every Wednesday. A new episode drops weekly, covering new topics on onyourmarkshow.com. Also, wherever you're listening to your podcast right now.
It's Dragon Wagon.